originally did this production in 2016. The designer Sue Blaine, her speciality is 18th century costumes and hair, and she also designed the Rocky Horror Show. Even though it's 18th century, it's a bit quirky, so it's not sort of classic 18th century. So we've got some quite fun wigs with some like big bushy eyebrows, and they're all very much a character, aren't they?
Wacky.
Yeah, quite wacky. So today we're doing a wig fitting for the Countess in Figaro. So we just need to find a wig that fits and is suitable for the style. So before we do that, we need to prep the hair so I can try the wig on. So that's all the hair secure, so now I can try some wigs on and see which one fits the best. When you try a wig on someone, again, it's got to fit, the size has to fit, but the hairline is really important, and you can really change someone's face shape. If you put a wig on them with a very round hairline, it totally changes someone's face. So obviously this isn't styled, so after this, then it will get set and dressed into the style for the performance. The process would be, like a lot of them will have to get set. So you have to block it up, wash it as you would wash your hair, set it if you need to set it. Sometimes a lot of men's wigs are left to dry naturally, but a woman's wig will quite often get set in rollers, then it'll have to dry. So we have a wig oven, which they get sort of baked in that really, and then they sort of, and then you have to dress it. So it is a bit of a process, isn't it? I mean, if you were...
But anything you do to your own hair, you can do to a wig. So if, you need to blow dry and use a round brush or use curling tongs, whatever, you can do to a wig.
Countess has a wig change. So again, that one fits as well, so we're happy with that.